Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Dominic the Primetime Treasure Hunter. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you about feedback extortion, and you really want to pay attention to this if you are a new user on eBay, because it really could prevent you from getting hosed by buyers that try to pull one over on you. So you have to really pay attention to the language that they use when they communicate with you. For those of you who are unaware, who are new to the channel, I run a Facebook group here called the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. We're almost at 11,000 people. And, you know, from time to time, and lately it's been getting more frequent, people have been posting questions about messages they've been receiving from buyers, and they'll say, you know, what do I do now? And they're messages from buyers saying that there's a problem with the item and either they want to return it or get a partial refund, you know, or something along those lines. They want some kind of compensation. And typically they're making some type of comment threatening the seller with bad feedback. So they're saying something like, you know, it really would be a shame for me to have to leave a negative review for you. Or, you know that it's really important for sellers to maintain 100% positive feedback. So let's just settle this between us so we don't have to involve eBay. Those sorts of comments constitute feedback extortion. And I'm going to show you the official definition of feedback extortion through eBay, and then I'm going to take you through a case example of something that happened with me recently that is definitely feedback extortion, and you let me know whether or not you think that it was someone trying to pull some type of scam. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. But anyway, let's go to the feedback extortion definition right here. So what are the main feedback extortion rules for buyers? And I'm going to highlight it here. Buyers can't use the threat of negative or promise of positive feedback to get a seller to provide goods or services, like extra items or something, that weren't included in the original item's description or purchase price. So pay particular attention to that, because that's going to be something you see come up in the case that I'm going to show you in a moment. And now there's a second sentence. Similarly, they can't use feedback to force a seller to accept a return or give a refund if they're not required to by the terms of their listing or the eBay money back guarantee. Now, this is a great thing that eBay has in place to prevent sellers, again, from getting taken advantage of by buyers. But the only way you're going to know about this is if you're aware of the issue, so that you can use it to your advantage when you have these discussions with buyers. And if you ever have to contact eBay, making sure you mention the feedback extortion component, depending on what the buyer decides to do. And you'll see an example of me actually bringing up feedback extortion to the buyer in this next case. So let me bring you over to the case example, and then you'll let me know what you think about it in the comments. So this is an item that some of you may remember. I showed it in one of my haul videos from earlier this year. I picked it up for $5. It was the first item that I found at a garage sale. It was a neighborhood garage sale. I take the day off every year for this garage sale event, and this was like kind of like a good luck item for me that I found it on the first try. I had a good day overall. Had it up for $99.99, and I wound up negotiating, you know, after a few offers back and forth, and sold it for $79.99. So not bad for a $5 investment. So anyway, the person receives the item, and you can see here this is a Lionel Train trolley set. And actually, let me show you a couple things about it before I actually get into the message that I received from the buyer. So the person who sold this to me, it was the wife of a train collector. The train collector has since passed away. She told me, and I looked in the box before I purchased it, that everything's in there. You know, he barely ever used it. You know, everything in there looked to be complete. I checked with the front of the box here. So everything that it said it had, and you could see there right to the left, there's the power adapter, had tracks. So everything that it said that it included, including these little reversing bumpers, every single thing there I checked into and is there. I took pictures of the items. So there's the trolley right there. There's different sides of it. There's the instructions, and importantly, let me zoom in on this here. There is the power pack right there. And you can see the wire on top that plugs in to give it power. That, by the way, is located, and this is going to be important later, so this is why I'm showing you this now. That is located right inside of this prominent orange box that you see is right in the center of the main box. That's where you will find this item. So, and then I just took a couple more pictures of the box. But anyway, a couple days after, in fact, 2 days after the person received this, I received the following message. And I want you to pay attention to the language. So let me show you right over here. It says, missing transformer. That's the first thing it says. And then it says, before I leave a bad review and contact eBay, want to tell you first again, the wall pack transformer is missing. My son was very disappointed. Thanks. Kind of interesting. Now, this is the first time I've heard from the buyer, so I'm not sure why it says want to tell you first. I think it's the wall pack transformer is missing. That's what he meant. But anyway, so you'll notice that right towards the very beginning of this message, it says, before I leave a bad review. So right there is the feedback extortion component. At least it's part of it. You're going to see in a few moments what the person winds up requesting. So obviously the person is hoping that I respond back and provide something. They haven't explicitly said that yet, but that's kind of implied in the message by saying, I want to contact you first. In other words, what are you going to do about it? And usually in these situations, it's the person is fishing for a partial refund. So to get like $20 back. Now remember, I already took $20 off in terms of making the deal with the person. So my response to this initially is to try to be customer service friendly. Try to, convey to the person, I'm sorry if there really seems to be something missing. Because let me go back to this part right here. When the person says a wall pack transformer, now I'm not a train expert. I never claimed to be. And I'm not sure what the person meant when the person said a wall pack transformer. Now, as far as I know, the transformer is included here in the box. It shows it right there, that black item to the left. There's nothing else here that looks like any other kind of transformer that should be included. And you could see, as I showed earlier, the transformer's right there. So I don't know what the person's talking about. And I'm thinking to myself, man, is there really some part that's not shown on here that's not missing? Like, I'm trying to give the person the benefit of the doubt and thinking maybe there is some part missing that I don't know about, that I messed up. So I'll show you how I responded to the person here. Let me just move forward over here. I blocked out the person's name because I don't want to put the person's name out there right now. It's no reason to do that yet. I said, hello, I'm sorry to have disappointed you and your son. I do not understand what specific piece shown on the front of the box is missing. So right there, I'm trying to start off nice, tell the person I'm sorry, given the possibility that maybe I messed something up and there really is something missing that I didn't see when I packed up the item. The transformer is included with the cord as shown in the 6th picture. I was told from the person I bought this that it was complete, and it appeared to be so from checking the components inside with what was pictured on the box. So then, again, me trying to understand this, I said, it seems like you're saying there's an AC adapter type, I meant to say, or part missing. If so, how much would that cost for reimbursement? So again, don't get me wrong. If I mess up, and I've said this before, I'm willing to take the hit on it. So if there really was something that was supposed to be included in here that's missing, and I can verify that, and I screwed up, I will definitely reimburse the person and pay the person for that piece to, help the customer out and try to move things forwards. But as you'll see, things start to take kind of a strange turn in a moment. So the response that I get back is, the whole transformer that gives power to run the trolley is not in the box. Now, once I heard that, I knew something did not make sense, because I personally packed the item myself. And as you can see here, this orange box is a prominent part of the box. There is literally no way that I would pack up the box without putting the transformer in there. First of all, you're going to notice it. It's going to be an obvious thing that's not there. And second of all, you're going to feel it in terms of the weight of the item. And third, I'm going to see that thing sitting around. And I 100% know that that item was in there when I shipped it. So does not make sense that that is not there. So hence my next inquiry to the buyer, before I start throwing out accusations and things, I say, I don't know what to say. And sometimes that's the best thing to tell someone. I don't know what to say if the person's saying something that doesn't make sense to you. I don't know what to say because I took all the photos showing the transformer in the listing, the orange box it came in, and packed it myself. So in an attempt to just see if there's any other explanation, and just to make sure I'm clear on what the person's saying, I want to know, is the person telling me that the orange box is not there, or that the orange box is present and just that black transformer part that was supposed to be inside of it is missing? And the other thing I wanted to know is, was the person emailing me or messaging me the first person to open the box? Because if the person's kid was the first person to open the box, all excited that the trolley came in, and then took the transformer and broke it, or took the transformer and put it somewhere else, now the person could be, trying to get me to reimburse them or pay them for a transformer. Or it's also possible the person could have the transformer, right? They could have the transformer, everything could perfectly be there, which is likely the case, and the person's just trying to get another $20 off or so, to pay for that transformer piece, to take another $20 off the item. Again, it's also possible the guy could be messaging me and really thinks that that transformer part is missing if someone opened it before him, took it, and put it somewhere and didn't let him know. So there's several different possibilities of what technically could happen. But the next message makes it get even stranger to me and more suspicious. I don't have time for this. Neither do you. A small transformer costs around $20. Now, if you're really trying to work something out with me and really want to try to get to the bottom of what happened, it doesn't really take long to tell me the answers to those questions that I have. But it starts to become suspicious the more and more people want to leave details out, because the more they leave details out, the less information I'm going to have to be able to figure things out. And the more information the person gives me, if they're lying, the more suspicious things are going to become if those things don't check out. So now the person's asking for $20. Now granted, earlier I did ask how much it would cost for the piece that I thought was missing, if there was something that was missing. But now the person is basically asking me to pay for this item right here, the one that's included. Again, if I thought that I left something out, that's different, but not for the item I know that I included. So I wrote the person back and said, again, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you, because you did not answer my last two questions in which I was trying to troubleshoot this with you, and I know that the transformer was included in that box when I shipped it. The pictures clearly show the orange box with the transformer present. As noted, I personally packed and shipped the item myself. So then the response I get back is, I don't have time for this, neither do you. A small transformer costs around $20. Last email I will send. Okay, so now we really start to get into feedback extortion, because now at this point we have the combined request for the $20 with that earlier mention of leaving negative feedback. So once you start pairing those two things together, that's going to constitute feedback extortion. And so I mentioned that in the next message to the buyer. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay you $20 for a transformer that I already included, and don't take kindly to feedback extortion. And this is perhaps the most important message that I sent for people who are new, or even people who are experienced watching this, who get nervous when they get these kind of messages from buyers, because there's a lot of buyers out there that like to try to bully sellers into these partial refunds or into taking returns. So $20 for the transformer that's not justified, I'm not going to do that. And sometimes you just have to say that. I'm not going to give you what you're asking, and also let them know if there's feedback extortion present that you don't take kindly to that. And if this person is in the know about what feedback extortion is, they're aware that if they try to make a claim that they are going to lose, because eBay is going to shut that down every single time and side with the seller. And I think this person knew that, because now the person all of a sudden turns nice. The messages prior to this were not so nice. But now, okay, have a nice day. Sorry, you took my email the wrong way. We are good people. God bless. Well, I'm not sure what other way I was supposed to take the email. I mean, is there another way? Let me know in the comments if there's another way I was supposed to take it. And I even wrote one follow-up to that, which was, okay, if I misinterpreted something, let me know. Let me know what I'm missing. But I heard absolutely nothing from this person, and there was no case that was ever opened, and there was no return request ever made. And I've got to tell you, I try to put myself in the buyer's shoes. And that's why initially, early on, in trying to provide good customer service, I said to myself, I don't want to reflexively just say, no, the buyer must be wrong. I want to say, wait a minute, is it possible? You always got to think, is it possible you made a mistake? If so, look into it and try to help the buyer out. And, you saw it, trying to investigate that with the person. But if it was me and there was a piece missing or a part missing, yes, I would reach out to the seller. I would let the seller know. I would not make a feedback threat. That's the part that you cannot do. I would answer the person's questions, by the way, if the person was trying to troubleshoot things with me. I'm just, again, trying to think of what I would do in this situation if it was me. And then I would open up a return request if the item or the piece truly wasn't in there. Now, you also have to think to yourself, if the person hasn't opened up a return request and the person hasn't contacted eBay or anything like that, as far as I know, I haven't gotten any messages about that or any indication about that in this matter. You've got to wonder even more if what this person was fishing for all along was just another $20 off of the item. One other thing I'm going to point out to you on this. I told you I'm not sure if the person contacted eBay, but I'll tell you what, you want to be proactive with these issues. And I immediately contacted eBay after I started to get these sorts of messages. It's really the whole thread that's important. And I wanted to be proactive with it. And so I let them know about the messages and, took down a case number and all that stuff. Just in case this person opened up any claim, I wanted to get what I said on record. I did, and I got verification from the person who I spoke to at eBay that this indeed would constitute feedback extortion. So that could also just give you some peace of mind. It wasn't a long phone call or anything like that. So again, the feedback extortion policy is right here, and I'm going to actually link to it down below in the description section if you want to see it. If you have any stories that you want to provide down below about incidents that you were involved in where there was feedback extortion, let people know that down below in the comment section. There's a lot of people who read those and gain additional knowledge from the comments in addition to the video. So I hope that you find this information helpful. If so, make sure that you smash that like button. We're getting closer to 7,000 members, so please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I've got over 450 videos designed to help you out with your reselling business. Follow me over on Instagram. That's at prime_time_treasure. And come over to the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. We've got our seller supporting sellers-thon going out right now, where sellers buy from one another on a big list. And we can see here, actually I won't show it right now. I don't want to reveal anyone's names who didn't know they were going to be on there. But we've got people who've already making purchases from other sellers. So it's a great place to come by and make some sales. It's free to join the group. Again, the link's down below in the description section, as well as a lot of other links to things that help me out with my reselling business, lots of supplies and stuff like that. Those are Amazon affiliate links. They do help to support the channel, so please come on by, and I will see you all at the next video, everyone. Take care.